Wait a minute, did Selena Gomez seriously just get tag-teamed by Bella Hadid, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, and Kendall Jenner all at once? Because the way this feud is blowing up, it's giving Mean Girls reunion with a Kardashian twist eyes. And before you roll your eyes and say, ugh, another silly internet beef, let me stop you right there. Babes, this one isn't just petty drama. It's practically a decade-long soap opera wrapped in filters, red carpets, Instagram unfollows, and suspicious TikTok trends. This isn't just about one shady post or a cryptic caption. This is years in the making, with receipts, layers, and a messy history that could rival any binge-worthy Netflix drama. If you thought pop culture beefs were just quick moments, think again, because Selena Gomez versus the combined forces of Bella Hadid, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, and Kendall Jenner is basically the Avengers of celebrity feuds. But instead of fighting aliens, they're throwing shade, blocking each other, and making the entire internet pick sides. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. So where do we even begin? Maybe at the very start, where Selena Gomez, the Disney Channel sweetheart turned global pop star, was not just building her career, but also getting entangled in one of the most headline-grabbing relationships of the decade, her on and off romance with Justin Bieber. Now, let's be real, back then, Yelena, that's Justin plus Selena for the uninitiated, was the it couple. They had fans screaming, sobbing, making fan edits with cheesy Tumblr quotes, and everyone thought they'd be the modern-day fairy tale couple. But of course, where there's love, there's drama, and where there's drama in Hollywood, there are other celebrities waiting on the sidelines. Enter Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber, who was long rumored to be a superfan of Selena's before eventually becoming Justin's wife. Some fans even went deep into the archives to find her old tweets and Tumblr posts that seemed a little, let's just say, obsessive about Selena. And here's where things start to blur. Was Hailey genuinely just a teenage girl crushing on a pop star's girlfriend, or was she taking notes on how to eventually step into Selena's shoes? The internet hasn't stopped debating this, and every time a shady post appears, the theories only get stronger. Then, of course, we can't talk about Bella Hadid without mentioning The Weeknd. Remember when Bella and The Weeknd were the edgy, stylish couple that looked like they walked straight out of a high-fashion magazine? And then, suddenly, Selena swoops in and dates him for nearly a year, which sent the fandom spiraling into chaos. Bella unfollowed Selena, Selena unfollowed Bella, and then there were those shady posts that fans swore were aimed at each other. Add Kylie and Kendall Jenner into the mix, two of the most followed women on Instagram, with more social power than some entire media outlets, and you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. Rumors of them icing Selena out of certain events, allegedly making inside jokes, and seemingly choosing Hailey over Selena fueled speculation that the Jenners were picking sides in a very public way. Now, was all of this confirmed? Not exactly. But in the world of celebrity drama, perception often matters more than reality, and fans are experts at connecting dots even when celebrities insist there's no problem. But here's the thing. This feud isn't just about shady Instagram posts or unfollows. It's about the larger story of how women in the spotlight are constantly pitted against each other, and how social media magnifies every tiny action into a full-blown war. One eyebrow raise from Kylie Jenner becomes an international headline. One TikTok lip sync from Hailey gets dissected like it's Shakespeare. One unfollow from Bella Hadid turns into a million think pieces. And per Selena? She's been caught in the middle for years, trying to balance her career, her mental health, and her image, all while dealing with this constant swarm of, she said, she unfollowed, she posted. Honestly, it's exhausting just keeping up, so imagine actually living it. Now, let's get into the juicy timeline, because the details matter. The Eyebrowgate situation? You know, when Kylie and Hailey allegedly mocked Selena over her laminated brows. That turned into a full-blown social media circus, with millions of people unfollowing Kylie Jenner in protest and Selena's fan base rallying behind her like she was leading a rebellion. Then there was the TikTok shade, where Hailey posted videos that fans were convinced were aimed at Selena, even if she swore they weren't. Add in those mysteriously timed unfollows from Kendall and Bella whenever Selena trended, and suddenly, this isn't just coincidence, it starts looking strategic. And nothing makes the internet thirstier than a good conspiracy, especially when it involves the most famous women on the planet. So, what's really going on? Is this a group of A-list women genuinely shading Selena Gomez, or are we all just feeding into the internet's obsession with drama? Well, let's zoom out. On one hand, the evidence is hard to ignore. Too many coincidences, too many suspicious posts, too many unfollows right when Selena's name dominates the timeline. On the other hand, it's entirely possible that the internet is blowing up small moments into a massive feud because, let's face it, we live for mess. But here's why this specific situation resonates so much. Selena Gomez has always been positioned as the relatable underdog. She's the girl next door, the one who's open about her struggles, the one fans root for. Meanwhile, the Jenners and Biebers are seen as Hollywood royalty, untouchable, privileged, and sometimes even mean girl adjacent. Put those two narratives together, and you've basically recreated Mean Girls in real life, except instead of the cafeteria, it's Instagram, and instead of burned books, it's TikTok trends. But the real heartbreak here is how it affects Selena. She's been candid about her mental health, about how social media impacts her, and about how hard it is to feel constantly scrutinized. Imagine logging on and seeing millions of people dissect whether Kylie Jenner shaded your eyebrows. Imagine knowing that every time you post, someone will interpret it as a clap back. That's the emotional toll this drama has, and it's why fans are so protective of Selena. They see her as someone who doesn't play the Hollywood games, and when others seem to gang up on her, it hits a nerve. Still, the plot thickens. Because while all this was going down, Selena's social media following skyrocketed, making her one of the most followed women on Instagram again. Meanwhile, Kylie lost followers. Hailey was getting dragged on TikTok. Kendall got caught in the crossfire. Bella was pulled back into the narrative she probably thought she'd escaped. Suddenly, what started as eyebrow shade turned into a power shift in who the internet sides with. And trust me, in 2023 and beyond, public perception is currency. If fans turn on you, brands notice. If you're seen as a villain in the Selena Gomez cinematic universe, it affects how people see your entire career. Which begs the question, was this feud worth it? Or did trying to shade Selena actually backfire on all of them? Here's the wild part, this feud may not even be over. Every time we think it's calmed down, something else happens. A mysterious post, a cryptic comment, a random unfollow. It's like a never-ending cycle, and the internet eats it up every single time. Why? Because it's not just about Selena, Hailey, Kylie, Kendall, or Bella, it's about us. We love drama, we love picking sides, and we love feeling like we're part of an inside joke. This feud taps into all of that, making us feel like we're in the front row of a never-ending show. So what's the takeaway? On one level, it's just juicy celebrity gossip. On another, it's a reflection of how social media fuels competition, how women are pitted against each other for clicks, and how fandoms have the power to elevate or destroy reputations overnight. Selena Gomez versus the Jenners, Hailey, and Bella is more than just a feud. It's a case study in 21st century celebrity culture. And whether you're Team Selena, Team Hailey, or just here for the memes, one thing's for sure, this story isn't going away anytime soon. Now, here's where I throw it back to you, because drama like this lives and breathes on conversation. Do you think Kylie, Kendall, Hailey, and Bella are really teaming up against Selena, or is the internet making mountains out of molehills? Are these women secretly masterminds of shade, or just victims of fans reading too much into their every move? Drop your thoughts, share the wildest theory you've heard, and let's unpack this together, because if there's one thing Hollywood teaches us, it's that the real story is always messier than it looks.